If you're concerned about repeating negative patterns in thought, emotion, or behavior, this is something you can learn to manage more effectively with the skill of mindfulness, which, as you know, is merely the process of observing your thoughts and emotions and allowing them to be. And because mindfulness is a skill, it is something you can practice, become more proficient at, until ultimately it becomes an automatic habit, allowing you to experience your emotions naturally and lead a more effective life. When it comes to negative patterns of thought, emotion, or behavior, it is understandable that you may simply not know what to do. You've seen this movie before, you've lived it, and you find yourself doing it all over again. And we can learn from these patterns with the simple act of observation. Rather than get caught up in participating, you can take a mental step back and watch what's going on. And so we begin, as we always do, breathing deeply and naturally, and observing our thoughts and emotions surrounding this pattern of behavior. And we allow it to be. And as we continue to observe our thoughts and emotions that lead to the same results we've always gotten, we may find it curious that we think or believe in an automatic pattern, even though we know it leads to the same results. And as we continue observing ourselves, breathing deeply and naturally, it is easy to find it humorous that we continue to do the same things that lead to us getting the same things we've always gotten. And we allow it to be. And as we continue observing our patterns of emotion, breathing deeply and naturally, we can accept that we engage in these habitual patterns of emotion. We can accept ourselves for who we are, and we can accept these emotions as something that exists. And as we continue observing ourselves, finding habitual patterns to be curious, slightly humorous, and accepting them. We can also observe a lessening of the intensity of the emotions. We can feel the frustration subside. And we can observe that the emotions do not feel as immediate or compulsory. And as we continue observing ourselves, breathing deeply and naturally, accepting our emotions, and observing that they diminish in intensity, we can have compassion for ourselves. Compassion is a higher degree of self-acceptance, really a form of self-love, and we can love ourselves unconditionally as we accept these emotions. And as we continue to observe ourselves, feeling these emotions, feeling them diminish, we may flash on an understanding as to why we repeat these patterns, or we may simply understand that we are human beings who experience a wide range of emotions and behaviors, and that this is natural, and we can allow it to be. And as we continue observing ourselves, accepting our emotions, feeling the compulsion diminish, we will find that we are able to move forward, even while experiencing these emotions and accepting them. We find that we have a greater range of flexibility, that we can do the things we need to do, even if they are different from the things we have done before. And as we continue observing ourselves, breathing deeply and naturally, finding our habitual patterns to be curious and slightly funny, and accepting them, we will find that we are growing in our understanding that emotions are arbitrary in nature, that they are indeed learned habits of behavior, and that as we continue to practice the skill of mindfulness and are learning a new habit, we can learn to replace patterns of thought and emotion that used to compel us, but which we can now observe and accept, and find ourselves able to move forward, perhaps in different directions than before, easily and with a sense of peace, that we understand we are human beings with a wide range of emotions, and that we can learn new ways to think and behave because we are practicing the skill of mindfulness, which allows us to consider our emotions as part of a larger whole that make up our life, often helping us and giving us comfort, and that we can learn to choose the emotions we wish to experience, and we can do so naturally and learn to live a more effective life